What do Qataris eat? Everybody wants to know. Hey there guys, it's MR.Q, your friendly neighborhood Qatar here, and today we're going to be talking about what we eat, because you might want to eat it too. So let's start with the breakfast. So the first thing you need to try out is Bayd O Tomat. Quite literally, Bayd O Tomat is bayd, eggs, O Tomat, tomato. So it's a very common dish over here where we scramble eggs mixed with fresh tomatoes, sometimes even with some tomato sauce too, some onions, some salt and pepper, put some special seasoning. It's delicious. Of course, you can go ahead and create your own, and you know what? If you're watching this online, we'll put a little description down below so you can make your own Bayd O Tomat. Now, if you want to have like a typical traditional breakfast, you might have some normal scrambled eggs, and then you'd also have some nicely salted olives. You would have a plate with a bit of honey, and of course some Arabic bread and some cream cheese. And the way that we like to do it, you take the bread, take a bit of the cream cheese, and then you dip it into the honey and you eat it. Delicious. A little bit of salty, a little bit of sweet. Now, of course, you'd also go ahead and wash that down with maybe some tea or a karak. Yes, you can have karak in the morning. That sugar keeps you all energized. And then we'd have a specific type of biscuit that you would dip in, and just to get it nice and soft, and eat it. Now, for the adventurous of you, you might want to check out hamsa. It's for you meat lovers. Hamsa, mostly made with minced meat or chicken liver, is usually mixed with tomatoes, onions, and is seasoned with coriander, cumin, paprika, garlic, pepper, and more. You know, we love our spices. Another breakfast you can try out is Balaleet. This is for someone who's looking for something sweet and savory. Do you know what vermicelli is? That's vermicelli. Well, this is made with that, which is sweetened with sugar, lightly seasoned with saffron, turmeric, cardamom, and pepper, and is made aromatic with rose water. Now, after all of that is cooked, we'll go ahead and put an egg omelet right on top. Now, if you love crepes, because we love crepes, then you're gonna love this, because it's very similar. I'm talking about ragag. It's basically a crispy crepe, and you can eat it with cheese or eggs or even honey. This is meant to be a light breakfast. Okay, enough with the breakfast. You've taken an adventure around Qatar, and now it's time to eat some lunch. Of course, you know that I'm gonna start this off with Machboos, because Machboos is a delicious meal. I don't know how to describe it except for it's close to a jambalaya, and it's very aromatic, and it can be made with practically anything. I'm talking about chicken, maybe you want to have some beef, maybe you want to have some fish, maybe you want to have some prawns. My favorite is prawn Machboos. Typically in a Machboos, you'll have dry lemon, ginger, cumin. You'll have a variety of different spices. But one thing that you need to look out for are these little grenades. So we put cardamom in everything, but this time you're gonna be extra careful because we put in the full pod. These little pods will take over your mouth. Don't eat it, trust me. If you want to enjoy Machboos, make sure that they also have a little bit of daqous, a little spicy little powder that you can add on top, or sometimes it comes in almost like a paste. Or you can also add some achar, very spicy vinegar-based tomato or carrots. Got a number of different, vegetables in it. So have some achar or some daqous with your Machboos. The second dish you can check out is Saloona and Rice. Saloona is our version of a watery curry, and obviously rice is rice. I'm talking about white rice. So there are typically 3 types of Saloona. It would be meat or chicken or vegetable. What you would do is take your Saloona, drizzle it over the rice, and then you would we eat with our hands, don't forget, so we'd grab the rice and then put it into a little ball with your meat and eat it. Typically, if you order a vegetable Saloona, yep, we've got zucchini in it. You can have mine if you want. Okay, you're a pasta lover, so you might love this. I'm talking about macarona bechamel. This is basically an Arabic variant of lasagna. So as a lasagna suggests, it's pasta layered with meat sauce, cooked with tomatoes and spices. We're talking about pepper and paprika and cinnamon. And you've also got fresh greens like parsley. And of course, it's eventually topped off with some bechamel sauce and baked. Unlike lasagna, which uses flat sheets, we typically use macaroni. Yep. And it's just like all compressed and compacted together. Try it. You'll like it. Let's move in another direction. Maybe you want to try Qatari stew. This dish is called margoug. If you're a lamb lover, you're gonna love this too because We use a lot of it. The stew also has zucchini, eggplant, carrots, tomatoes, and of course, seasoned with lots of traditional spices. The unique part of this dish is that in the food, in the meal, in the stew, you've got these whole wheat or flour-based discs that just give you some more heartiness. You know what I mean? So you just got a nice little combination. Now this next one is kind of unique because imagine you've taken the sheets from a lasagna and you've taken a margoug and you've combined it together. It makes this. Madrouba is a wholesome wheat-based mashed porridge-like dish that is spiced and combined with pieces of chicken. And it's typically served with a side of lime just to keep things nice and fresh. Okay, here's a fun fact. Madrouba comes from the root word darb, which means to hit. This refers to the part of the cooking procedure when the dish is hit with a wooden spoon to make it softer or combine all the ingredients. Or if you're a mom, you just want to do that in front of your kids to show them, listen, if you don't behave, that madrouba is gonna be you. Next up, let's talk about haris because I love haris. Specifically meat haris. I typically eat haris only in Ramadan. It's like become a Ramadan food. So this is a very simple wheat dish softened and mixed with meat or chicken. One of the key ingredients in haris is ghee. That's clarified butter. So as simple as it looks, you better believe that gonna have some extra calories. Okay, let's talk about snacks. Let's talk about the easy bites. Maybe the stuff that you can have in a bag and walk down the street while you're exploring and just munch on. One of the things that I personally love is samboosa, not to be confused with samboosek or samosa. Just as a quick recap, samosa is typically found in countries like India, and samboosek is in the Levant. Here, samboosa are little tiny triangles that are filled with either potato, vegetables, or even cheese. Cheese samboosa is the most common. They are super crunchy, so when you bite into it, you will definitely hear a delicious. Let's talk about desserts because you want to try some popular desserts here in Qatar. You want to eat like the locals, right? The first one that I'm going to recommend that you try out is Luqaimat. If you love donut holes, you're going to love these. These are deep fried flour dumplings that are covered with a sweet honey or even a syrup. They've got a nice crunchy outside, but a really fluffy inside. And sometimes they even sprinkle some saffron on top for some added aroma. The nice thing about Luqaimat is that if you have the opportunity to get them fresh without any syrup added on top, you can add any flavor you want. Now something that's a bit similar but is known in this part of the world is mahlbiyya. Put simply, this is a rice pudding that is infused with either orange blossom or rose water, making it very aromatic. Finally, I wanted to mention asida. This is a delicious treat because it's mixed with dates. We're talking about wheat and some warm spices. It's also got some cardamom and saffron all mixed together to give you a nice smooth texture. As you can imagine, this is a treat that is usually had during the winter when it's cold outside. But if you have an opportunity, try it anytime, whenever it's available. All right, everyone, so I've shared a number of different meals that we enjoy here in Qatar. So go ahead and explore, take your taste buds on an adventure. So if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give us a like, don't forget to share, and of course, if you're watching this online, don't forget to subscribe because that's what helps us and keeps us going. All right, guys, I'm gonna go eat some snacks. Ma salama.